Okay, so today I want to come on to show you guys how I do my sample. So we're gonna work on a bunch of Valentine sample because Valentine is coming up, and I think it's a pretty big holiday for a lot of people. So we're a little bit late, just a little bit late for Valentine design, but we're gonna be just trying to whip up some of them today and list them on Etsy. So you guys can see, I'm gonna be doing a bunch of monogram using different type of fabric. So this is the monogram that I'm going to be using, and this is the fabric that I am going to use. So I decided to do on this pink knit interlock fabric because I'm going to be using a pink, like for the actual, when the customer buy, I'm going to use a pink shirt if the customer chooses a pink shirt. So this will be the first design. So let's go to my machine, and first I have to hoop it first before we go to my machine. So I'm going to show you guys how I hoop this. Since it's a really simple design and it doesn't have a lot of stitch count, because that's I think it's a Bing stitch, yeah. So it only has 3,354 stitch count. So that means it's under 10,000. I think anything under 10,000, I can just, usually 5,000. I'll just use like a tearaway sheet. So what I do is I use an 8x9 mighty hoop. So I need a adhesive spread because this does not have a fusible bond. Usually I use fusible stabilizer. So I don't have a tearaway fusible stabilizer. So I'm going to be just spraying it with the spray. The adhesive spray, that's this one. It's a 505 temporary adhesive spray. So I'm going to use that and spray it. I'm just going to spray like this. Okay, there we go. Just really lightly. And then there it is. So I cut my, in case you guys are curious, I cut my sample size to like 12 by 12 because that's what fits the mighty hoop. So it's not center. Still struggle with this. Right there. Okay. Since it's only a sample, I'll do my best to just center it. And then for this type of hoop, you just snap it on like that. And the reason I do 12 by 12 is because, let me show you guys something. When I'm done with my sample, I put them in a binder like this. So I just, since they fit into these scrapbooking 12 by 12 sheets. So, you know, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes since I have so many designs, I can't remember like the threads and what fabric I use. So I will keep the example. So when customer order it, and if I forget, I go back and look at this. Usually I will write like, I guess I haven't wrote anything here, but I will write like a little note of the thread color that I use, because sometimes I don't remember exactly. Oh, like this one, that's all messed up here, but I wrote some details there. So anyways, now we're gonna go to the embroidery machine and start embroidering the sample. So I don't really have a tripod, so I'm gonna use my phone to show you guys an up close one. So this is the trace button right here, and then usually I do trace or I go to the live button. So with the live button, you get to see, you see the actual like I can put my finger here and you see my finger in there. It's actually like going live on the hoop. So as you guys can see, the design does not hit the hoop. It's actually under the hoop. So then that's the top, and then I need to go to the bottom. So I hit this one and then go all the way to the bottom. So now it's at the bottom and it's also within the hoop. And so I have to go to the side. Yep, it's in there. And then the other side. So the only thing good about this machine that I like is the camera feature. And you can also do like auto digitizing on this one, but I haven't tried it. But I also have that feature. I'll probably do it one of these days. So that's it, you guys. I'm gonna start embroidering now. So let's hit embroidery. I already did all the stop and the thread changes. So lock and then press this green button. Now it's going. Okay, you guys, so it finished the first stitch out. So I'm going to cut the applique, like outside of the applique. Since it's a bing stitch, it's not a satin stitch, so then you don't want to cut as close as possible. You don't want to cut it close. That's what I meant. Yeah, because you need to leave a little space and then iron it out. So what I use is I use this scissor. So it's not the same one like Angela, because I like how it has this dip down here. So I don't have to like try to like put my hand really close like that. Because the one that Angela has is really tiny. So I'm just gonna cut it like this. I need to get a new one because this one is not sharp anymore. This one's not sharp. I have a hard time cutting that. So this is also another one. This one is called a duckbill because of this duckbill scissor. The only bad thing is that because of how big this is, I can't really cut the corner. But since this one is sharper, I'm gonna try to cut to the corner. Okay, there we go. Got to the corner. Okay. Yeah, I usually like satin stitch, but then you know the satin stitch take too much time to stitch out. So with bing stitch, it's way faster. But the thing is that sometimes the edge might fray a little bit. Even you use hair bomb, I think it's still, because it's like an unfinished edge. My cutting with this is not really that even. I felt like I should use the Cricut to cut these out so everything would be nice and even. But I still need to learn that and use the Cricut to cut these monogram letters because they're pretty big. So I will have to figure that out. But then I'll have to do for every single letter because if the customer order, every single letter has to be able to be cut on my Cricut. And so I could avoid like cutting this. I would just place the letter onto the shirt and let it stitch out. Okay, so once I'm done, I'm gonna put it back on it and do the other two letter. Oh, I love how the color looks already. I'll show you guys when it's done. Okay. Let's go into the next one. Okay, so I am done with the applique part. So I need to iron this. I use the Cricut mini iron. The reason I iron before I do the last stitch out is because I don't want to have any bubbles. So to prevent having bubbles, you need to iron before you do the last stitch out, even with like satin stitch design. Because I have that happen to me, so that's a tip for you guys. If you guys having issue with the bowling. So iron it out. So this is a really large area. I have to make sure I get every single area. Yeah, my baby is right there. Hey ladies, I want to come here and show you guys of all the results of the sample that I made in my earlier videos. It took me 3 days just to get this sample done because, you know, life happens. So I have a bunch here that I want to share with you guys. And if you guys have any question where I get the design, I will tell you guys in the video as much as I can remember. And if I can't remember, then I will link everything down in the description for you guys. And remember to thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos because I'm planning to do more tutorial videos on using umbrellas and, you know, Photoshop. I'm not great at Photoshop, but I want to share what I learned to those that, you know, want to do mock-up instead of the actual stitch out. I still think that you should do the actual stitch out because then you will know exactly what color you're going to need for like the threads, and to see if the stitch out it's actually like it's actually stitched out well, you know, instead of like when you do the actual order on a customer item and you're gonna find surprises. So I decided that I'm going to be offering like monogram design for Valentine. So I got this design, so I hope you guys can see that. This design, and then I did more monogram with fabric. I think this is how it look. So this one I try to use my Cricut to cut it out and then place it on the placement stitch, but then it's a little bit, I don't understand how to do it, so it's kind of like off and it takes some time. So I was thinking just to use scissor. Yeah, so scissor will probably work, like a really sharp pair of scissors will work great to cut these out. So this is another one, and then this is the Spider-Man one that Angela did, and I also decided to do that one too. And then I got this cute tractor from, I think it's called the Classic Applique on Etsy. They have a really cute, like, kind of vintagey design farm. There's like a farm theme, Valentine. So I did like a girl version and a boy version. And then the last one is a Yorkie. This one's from Embroidery Boutique. I think it's one of the new design. When I was browsing through their website, I saw this cute Yorkie. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys have any questions, you guys can leave it down in the comment. And please subscribe and like the video, you guys. Thank you.